spell as is with
A for Shauna.
S for Sonia. Today, as you can see, we're at the Old Country Store in Jackson, Tennessee, Ashana.
That's right off the 45 bypass here at Casey Jones Village, the Old Country Store.
That's right.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk with Brooks Shaw, who is third generation owners of this.
That's right. And we might get a chance to taste a little bit. What do you think?
I think we've got to.
I think we should. You ready?
I'm ready.
Y'all come on.
I'm Brooks Shaw, and I'm the third generation owner and general manager of the Old Country Store in Casey Jones Village, which is where we are. And the Old Country Store is a 57-year-old restaurant business, and Casey Jones Village is a tourism attraction that brings in people from all across the United States and all over the world. The Old Country Store is our Southern soul food. In both the buffet and our Dixie Cafe, we have a huge gift shop with lots of unique and items that people can get and enjoy and give as gifts. We have our Miss Ann's ice cream shop where people can enjoy candy that they haven't seen since their childhood, and wonderful Bluebell ice cream and toys for kids of all ages. We operate the Train Museum for Casey Jones across the parking lot. And we have a village chapel and some antebellum homes that are older than the Civil War that people can see the outside of, and I think that's about it. We do catering as well, and it's a lot to keep us busy. So the store is a restaurant, and then Casey Jones Village as a whole is the tourism attraction. So like I said, I'm the third generation, and our history goes back. Before we opened in 1965, my grandfather, also named Brooks, was he was the general manager who ran Kelly Food Can Company. And so they were famous for their Brunswick stew and chili and different things like that. He worked so hard in the business, he had a heart attack in his 30s, and his doctor recommended that he get a hobby. So a friend gave him 3 antiques, and he said, "Oh, I'll start collecting antiques. That can be my hobby." He would go into these little mom and pop stores as they were getting ready to close, go out of business because of the Piggly Wiggly or the Winn-Dixie or whatever it may be opening up and driving all the business there. He would look around at the walls and look at all the antiques, and he said, I'll just take everything. What do you want for it? And so over a couple of years, he amassed a collection of 10,000 antiques. Figures out really quickly, I need to do something with this. I don't need to just let it sit here. And so he opens up the Old Country Store in 1965 as an antique museum. Not even an antique store where you could buy the antiques, but just where you could come in and see his collection. He figured out really quickly that admissions to the antique museum wasn't going to pay the bills. So he opened up a lunch counter serving his mom's famous recipe of crackling cornbread and hooked cheese and crackers and cold cut sandwiches. The lunch counter got to be so popular, he put a table over there and a table here and a table in the corner, and kind of woke up one day and said, "Oh, we have a restaurant." So that was 57 years ago. We moved here in 1977, broke ground in 77, opened in 78, and have about 25 acres here at the interstate and Highway 45 bypass. And since 1978, we've just been holding on for dear life. So when my grandfather passed away in 1971, he never actually saw the business that sits here today. We were still at the corner of Airways and 45 for, I guess, 6 years after he passed away. My dad kind of came back into the business, and around 21, 22, decided that we needed to move here. Really visionary when you look at it. He bought 25 acres here, started developing the Old Country Store, which was a large, really a love letter to the mom and pop general stores of the past. I think he had a great saying. It was dedicated to Pop's General Store and Mom's Home Cooking. And so that's what we've focused on providing here. Updating as we go, but having a really, really great experience for guests always. So Dad added an amphitheater. He added antebellum homes that we moved into here. He added the Train Museum across the parking lot. We had a friend develop some of the other shops that are here in the village. Moved in several train cars. He kind of had a habit of moving things that weren't supposed to be moved. A 100-year-old church, and actually the original store that his dad, my grandfather, worked in as his first job as a boy, that really served as the inspiration for everything that we're in now. So that's kind of Dad's part of the story. Dad passed away in November of 2020 with COVID, and But he took steps to make sure that the business would not only survive, but would have the opportunity to thrive unlike it ever has before. And so we work hard every day to keep his legacy going and to make it better. And I know that he would be proud of the work we've done. So when you come into the Old Country Store, the experience you're going to have is really kind of stepping back in time. You see antiques all on the walls. You see nostalgic candies that you haven't seen since your childhood. You see toys for all ages, Raggedy Anns and Andes and sock monkeys and things like that, jacks and marbles and all kinds of fun stuff. So, but when you go to the dining room for the buffet, you step in and you get seated, and you go up to the buffet, which has anywhere from 8 to 10 meats and 13 to 14 vegetables every day. It also has a full salad bar. We call it the region's best salad bar. A couple of soups, desserts, breads, featuring that famous crackling cornbread that we've been serving for the last 57 years. Still the same recipe as it was back then, which is great. And it's all you care to enjoy. So you can get one plate, you can get 6 plates, you can get anything in between. And there's no excuse for anyone to leave here hungry. So one of the biggest keys to our success, outside of the vision that we had for the business decades ago, is the staff that we employ. We call them team members. We don't call them employees, and we call our customers guests, like they're welcomed guests into our home. But our team members are our bread and butter. We have people, I think about 10 to 12 people that have been here longer than I've been working in the business, which is 17 years. These are people that watched me grow up. They were working here before my parents got married, for 2 of them. So they are a huge part of the success. They're why the food tastes so good. They're why the experience is so unique. We do a lot of work with second chance programs, both from a recovery standpoint of drug abuse or alcohol abuse, and as well as the support employment piece. So these are team members that have a mental, physical, intellectual, developmental disability, anything in that range. And they typically come in with a job coach for the first few weeks or months, but once they find their right fit, whether it be in the dish room or the Dixie Cafe cleaning tables, or as a greeter, or as a host, or working in the ice cream parlor, once they find their fit, they come in, clock in just like anybody else. And these are people that really make our workforce what it is. They speak to our mission of, we are so much more than just a restaurant. This is really, in our view, it's kind of a ministry. And so being able to minister to recovery programs, to second chance workplace, to support employment is a really big deal for us. So like I said, our people are one of our biggest reasons for our success. And one of those is Cheryl. Cheryl's been with us for 31 years now, and remembers me when I was how tall?
About this tall, and curly hair, just like, real curly hair.
Yeah, now it's falling out, but Cheryl is just a tremendous piece of what makes the Old Country Store the Old Country Store. You know, we have a culture that's evolved over the years, and it's just based on the really incredible people that work here. And we've gone through celebrations, we've gone through tribulations and loss of loved ones that we wish we could get back. But this place is
it's like family.
Yeah.
It's family, definitely.
So we did a renovation to our ice cream parlor. This was really the first big thing that we did after Dad passed away in November of 2020. We knew we wanted to honor our history. And so we renamed the ice cream parlor Miss Ann's Ice Cream Shop. We took my favorite picture of my grandmother and had an illustration done of that. And so it's Miss Ann's Ice Cream Shop, candy, ice cream, toys. And that's the 30 things that are in there. And delicious Bluebell ice cream, which was grandmother's favorite. So we turned 60 in 2025, so we're already starting to plan events for that. One great thing that we just did as part of Jackson, Madison County's bicentennial is the Casey Jones Village Festival. And we plan to reintroduce that in the fall of 2023. So we actually had a planning meeting recently, and we really look forward to doing more things for families, particularly from Jackson and West Tennessee, that they can enjoy in the village. Just be checking our Facebook page for new and exciting events to come. We've been in business for 57 years, and we say with excitement and confidence that our best years are ahead of us.
So Sonia, what do you think?
I think that I am fixing to dig into this coffee ice cream here in Miss Ann's. Ice cream
Yes.
parlor.
Cheryl, what do you have?
I have crazy cookie dough, and it is like the best.
It sure does look good.
It is good. It's good. Okay, what do you got?
Butter pecan. And I'm ready to take a big bite.
Me too. Let's eat.
Until next time.
Until next time.
Bye, y'all.